So today we are joined with Savage Dan. A little bit different than normal. Normally I'm interviewing boxers, but
Hey
today,
man,
you're not
I'm
quite
a boxer.
in the past, maybe.
I reckon I'm better than I was anyway.
Do you reckon?
I reckon I could beat most versions of me now,
Oh, okay.
just with know-how.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Do you still do a bit of boxing or?
Not really.
Fair enough, just winging it.
I'm on even just on the bag, like every day I'm on the bag or whatever. Haven't sparred for a bit.
Shadowing when you're by yourself.
Yeah,
innit?
that's it. Yeah, I shadow every day.
Yeah, same.
So I think I'm still sharp.
You reckon?
I think I'm still sharp.
One day we might have to have a spar.
I wouldn't.
Alright, cool. But okay, cool. So you're not a boxer.
Yeah.
You are a sound engineer. I'd say
Yeah.
you're definitely a sound engineer.
Yeah.
Presenter,
I suppose.
boxing enthusiast.
Yeah.
But why is your name Savage Dan? Where did the savagery come from?
I don't know, man. I was a road dude, innit? Like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was a road dude growing up. I've had bare names. This Savage one's the kind of more fun one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Savage. I usually just try and just say stuff as it is,
Yeah.
and I like to antagonize people and say things that's gonna get a reaction,
Yeah.
or not so much anymore because it messes up the bag. But as in, my thing was I wanted to like say stuff that was a little bit fox in a hen housey, like a little, like it does rattle people. It provokes an answer or provokes a reaction. I wanted to do that.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Fits the name nicely.
Yeah.
Okay. So cool. We've got Savage Dan here today, and the main reason why I wanted to interview you in particular is because that you was afforded the opportunity to get flown out to New York, to Madison Square Garden to see the AJ fight.
Yeah.
And you even had the opportunity to interview him yourself after the devastating loss that we all didn't really expect. So I just wanted to have like a little run through and an overview of what we predict to happen in the rematch, and whilst analysing the initial fight.
Yeah.
And so I just want to start from the beginning. What was the atmosphere at Madison Square Garden in New York on the day of the fight?
On the day of the fight, put it this way, New York's like a weird city. Have you been to New York?
Yeah, once when
So,
I was
like,
younger.
It's like London, but
I say it's London times 10.
it is like London. So there's a lot happening, and
Yeah.
most people in that city didn't even realize a fight was happening.
Seriously.
Yeah, like most people didn't know until the next day. So it's like the result created like a big publicity thing for it.
Okay. Because even on the like on YouTube, I saw on the day before the fight, or even on the day of the fight, you guys run around giving tickets out.
Yeah, we do that every fight pretty much though.
And
So
people was clueless about a fight even
exactly,
occurring.
yeah. But most people didn't even really know the fight is happening because I don't know, things are fast in New York or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But the atmosphere inside the stadium was actually very good leading up to it. As in, like, obviously you've got all the UK fighters, Callum Smith doing well, Katie Taylor doing well. Like there were it felt like you're at the O2.
Yeah.
Because you've got so many Brits flew out, like 10,000 Brits I think flew out. So
Yeah.
you're always gonna have the same the same atmosphere. So it felt normal. The night before that, obviously, like you have little celebration parties and stuff like that. But we had a celebration party the night before the fight, which in a way is a little bit like celebration party before.
So you guys were so confident that he was gonna win that
Not
you
me.
celebrated. Okay.
Not me. But like, remember, a lot of people are like, AJ's big, AJ's strong, AJ's got X amount of knockouts, AJ can't lose.
Yeah.
Especially when
I was guilty of that.
It's fighting someone that no one's really heard of and looks not so appealing. You assume that AJ's just gonna beat him. I didn't assume that. I immediately, as soon as that was announced as the replacement, I said from the word go,
Could be an upset.
it could be an upset. Like, it could be an upset. He's a difficult fighter, Ruiz, for anyone to fight because of his style. It's like, I don't know, man. He just throws combination fighters, very quick, comes forward, good head movement. Like, he's a nightmare. And he's fought big guys. He's fought giants and he's got them out of there loads of times. So, yeah, for me, I thought that would be not a banana skin. I did think AJ would come through it.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it would be an easy fight. And I know people that put money on Ruiz to win.
To win.
Yeah.
They must have made a killing.
Yeah.
Because the odds.
Yeah, the
odds
odds,
was, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So, if you look at things closely and you know how styles make fights and you watch boxing, like, really well, then you will see where there's potential banana skins. Doesn't mean that they always are. But I thought Jarrell Miller was a potential banana skin.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm being honest, I didn't really think that Jarrell Miller had what it took to beat Joshua. Like
I did.
I
didn't
because that I feel like, I'm being honest,
I think he has what it takes. I didn't think he would do it.
I'm an AJ fan.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest, I feel like Ruiz is a better fighter than Joshua. But I can't say that about Miller. He was just big and aggressive and
the thing
arrogant.
about boxing, you just have to find one way to win. You know what I'm saying? Just one attribute. It doesn't matter if he's big or strong or whatever it is. You just got to find one thing that works for you that will upset him, and that's enough. That's literally enough. And Jarrell Miller's thing is output, and he's a strong, tough man, heavy man, obviously because of all these drugs as well. He walks forward, doesn't really care what you're doing, and just backs you up and just hits you with shots. And I think that's difficult for Joshua because Joshua's not had to really deal with that ever.
Because even in the start of the fight, in the first couple of rounds, Andy Ruiz commanded the centre of the ring.
Yeah.
And like Joshua was just on the back foot until the moment where he knocked him down.
Yeah.
And but still throughout the fight he was constantly on the back foot.
Yeah. Like I've watched that fight loads of times. And even before that fight started, I remember WhatsApping in the group saying something seems wrong. Like I had decent, like MSG's like a really good stadium for like viewing the ring, but I was still looking at the monitors like during the national anthems, and he was getting his shoulders rubbed, and it just didn't look right. Yeah. Even from where I'm sitting, and then you go back and see it on TV, and it looks 10 times worse. Yeah. And you're just like, ooh, like you know something's wrong. And then when someone who's 6'1" commands the ring against someone who's 6'6", it didn't seem unusual because Joshua, if you want the center of the ring, he lets you have it. Yeah. Like Povetkin took it. There was some points where Klitschko took it. Like if you kind of demand it from him, or at that time, he'll let you have it because he's confident in his footwork and all of that. So it seemed like that was the plan. Okay. But so
you mentioned before that he just didn't look right. So do you reckon some of those rumors that we heard after the fight regarding him being in a concussion and stuff prior to the fight and all those rumors that was spread, do you think any of those were true?
I don't know. Bro, you hear so much stuff. You hear so much stuff. And then you speak to him. Yeah. And you hear more stuff from him. And you all of a sudden don't know what's a lie. Everything becomes so distorted that you kind of don't know. Everyone who's a reliable source says that this happened and that happened. And then you speak to the person who is the source, not the most reliable. He is the source. Yeah. And then obviously, if there is a huge problem, would he tell Savage Dan anyway? Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So because you never. Do you know what? I think we will get the truth. We won't get any.
I reckon when he's retired, maybe
it'll make a good Netflix documentary in 10 years.
And even if, let's say, he did have concussion and stuff, I understand why he went ahead and fought.
Do you know what's weird to me? Yeah, I'll tell you this much. He had his media workout on Wednesday, and I spoke to him. I FaceTimed him during his media workout. This is the one thing that always rattles me. So, for example, when people started saying that, he got knocked out in sparring 8 days before, blah, 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 he wasn't right. I bought that. I definitely bought that. And then certain things stopped clicking. Like, I started thinking, actually, no, I look at everything in the build-up to the fight. Yeah. Weigh-in, he looked okay. Everywhere he looked okay.
He looked fine,
And at the last media day, which was on a Wednesday, I think, he was flying. Yeah. Obviously, you're not getting punched back or anything like that. But that's meant to have been 3 days after the alleged knockout in sparring. Yeah, the concussion. He was fine. Yeah. And he was in high spirits. So that's one of the things that was like rattling me. I was just like, yes, of course, knockouts in sparring can happen, but he was fine 3 days before that, which is 4 days after the alleged sparring, which is all. It seems weird, but like dressing rooms can then there's stories that in the dressing room just weren't really on it.
Yeah.
That's the most believable of the lot.
Yeah, because I can
That happens.
I can
That happens
understand
to amateurs.
because Andy Ruiz was just such a nice guy. He played the nice guy, asked for pictures beforehand, asked to take pictures of the belts, which I think AJ was completely wrong for doing. I think he underestimated in that respect because that you wouldn't if he was fighting let's say Dylan White, for example, who ain't got any belts. He would never in a million years hand over his belts to Dylan White to have a picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
because there's an animosity, but because this is a replacement fighter,
even
in
Parker,
some ways,
for example, he wouldn't give it to Parker either. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. I don't think any of these things win or lose you the fight, but I think they put just a seed of something in your head or in his head or in the universe's hands or whatever it is. I don't know what. Obviously, him allowing Ruiz to hold the belts is not what ultimately led him to get knocked out on fight night.
Yeah.
Let's just I know there's in boxing we love these theories, but that's not why he got knocked out. Something was obviously not right before that ring walk.
So okay, you tell me, what do you think went wrong that night?
In the ring?
Yeah. Give me your answer and I'll give you mine after.
In the ring.
Yeah, in the ring. Overall. Give me overall. Let me
I'm not sure about the camp, so I'm not sure how good the camp was in terms of preparation. From what he said, he could have prepared better. But I think AJ's camps are always going to be to strengthen AJ and make AJ strong and make sure AJ's fast and make sure AJ's sharp. So I think more than anything was the fighting style. If you're fighting somebody who is like Ruiz, who likes to counter with 3 shots, then you probably just don't want to give him a single shot to work off. So if you're falling in with a jab, then he's loving that.
Yeah, exactly.
He's loving that. Counter punchers are literally waiting for you to throw a jab without a feint.
Yeah.
That's it. They love it. They've done this drill for 12
million
weeks.
times, yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Literally. So you throw a single jab out against a counter puncher and the combination puncher, it's not a good first move. And obviously, throwing your jab is your range find, is how you kind of work your way into the fight. But from the first round, AJ throws his jab, and Ruiz is looking to counter with multiple shots from the off, and it gives you mentally, it gives him a bit of confidence, and it also will plant a little bit of doubt
in Joshua's
into
mind.
AJ, I think. So AJ then starts to think maybe, I've got to be a little bit careful. Even if he's not thinking it, your subconscious feels it and understands it. I've got to be careful because I throw a jab and he wants to throw 3 shots back. So let me just have a look. Unfortunately, having a look against someone like Ruiz will lose you rounds. So Ruiz commanded the center of the ring, walked him down, didn't really do much in that. Nothing really happened in that first round. But I gave it, both of them, to Ruiz. Just for ring. I just felt like
ring IQ.
Ruiz was getting his... When fights are hard to score, I always just say who... I put it down to who would I rather be.
Okay.
That's it. When it is a little bit tight, I just work out who do I think is more comfortable with this fight. Nothing maybe landed, but who's getting their way. And I think Ruiz was getting his way for those first 2 rounds. Third round, he gets dropped with a peach. But he's still awake and aware because I don't know why. He's just a Mexican, man. He's just one of these fighters. That's it. So when he gets dropped, it was like a flash knockdown, but you could see he was still there.
Yeah.
He was still there. So that worries me. That worries me. I think he
can take a punch.
We know he can take a punch. We know. I don't trust any of these heavyweights that are 6'1", if I'm honest. I don't trust any of them.
Even in sparring, I prefer sparring guys that are taller than me rather than the ones that are shorter because sometimes you can't see the shots when someone's smaller than you. Do you know what I mean? They just surprise you.
I prefer to fight smaller fighters, if I'm honest.
They're bully. This guy's a bully.
Not smaller, but as in I want to, if you're punching upwards, I would prefer to try and catch you. If I would prefer to have physical advantages over someone, innit? I just want to be taller and longer than you.
Pause.
Yeah. I would love. Yeah, I think that makes it easier. So I think personally, AJ didn't used the fact that he was taller and longer, than Ruiz to his advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't necessarily fight like a big fighter. He fought as if they were both
the
similar
same
heights.
size, yeah.
And he came down quite low on his knees. Like, it's okay. Like, you need your shock absorbers to get down, but as in, like, when you come down you make yourself so small, that you're effectively taking away one of your biggest advantages, which is your sheer size. It's a problem. Yeah. This is a boxing show, bro. It's not going on X videos.
Oh gosh. Jesus. Sorry, viewers. But let me give you my answer.
Go on.
Cool. So we went over the fact that he was giving him too much. No, I wouldn't say respect. He was treating him like a fan too much. I think he was undermining the fact that this guy's a dangerous opponent.
Yeah.
First and foremost, yeah. Secondly, in the first 2 rounds he was okay, but it all messed up in that 3rd round when he knocked him down. Because from me I'm a big AJ fan, and I've noticed with him, he does this thing where he can switch it on when he wants to, and he done that against Klitschko. He's done that against Povetkin. Do you know what I mean? He has a switch that he can say, all right, cool, I'm ready to win the fight now. Boom, I'm going to stand it on.
Is he in control of that switch?
Until the last fight?
Or does it just happen?
I feel like he definitely is in control.
So,
Shall I tell you why?
with
Because
Povetkin,
go on.
I felt like I was there, yeah? Wembley was quiet. The whole of Wembley understood that AJ is potentially losing this fight before he grew into this fight.
Yeah.
Povetkin's obviously 40 years old or whatever, but he's still a beast of a fighter.
Yeah.
He found a way out of it. Klitschko went life and death, but he found a way out of it. And you see, like sometimes you can only go to the well so many times. It could have just been one of those nights. It could have just been one of those nights. Like, youth has its way of like prevailing through these things, but AJ's not even young anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, AJ's my age. Like, he's not young.
29?
30.
He's 30 now?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So he's not at that age where you're 25 and your body's still like youth can.
But they say 30 years old is your prime in boxing.
It is, but it changes for everyone. And then plus, when you just think about mileage on the clock and stuff, not that he'll have too much mileage because he started boxing late. But still, just in general, he usually finds a way out of these fights. And yeah, he dropped him with a right uppercut, left hook. But for me, he still lost that round.
Yeah, he did lose that round.
He did, yeah.
But I feel like, for example, that's where he went wrong. He should have been more disciplined because he knocked him out in the first minute and he still had another 2 minutes. Normally in an AJ fight, when he knocks someone down like that, it's game over. Let me just finish you off. He thought it was that time again.
And it looked like
it looked like it. And then, but Ruiz wasn't really hurt. And then Ruiz gave him a solid shot on his temple and like near the back of his head.
And that's it.
And that's it. And at the end of the day, people like to come up with, it was this, it was that. But your brain's your brain. That's what I say.
Yeah.
And from a 19-stone man, a solid blow.
There's no recovery from that. That's it.
You know what I mean?
You get smashed and your body stops responding as you tell it to. But I don't think it was a bad thing for AJ to go after people. Like, you drop someone and you hurt him. AJ's obviously assuming he's slightly more hurt than he is. But AJ's seen this 20 times before. If I drop someone and they're hurt, I'm going to get them. And Ruiz is no joke. You can't pitter-patter with this boy and play with this boy. When you've got him hurt, get him out of there. That would have been the instructions. You see, if you catch that opportunity, which he did, you go get him. It just so happens that Ruiz is so good at boxing. I'm talking like in the blender. He's probably the best other than Tyson Fury when it comes to like getting in between shots and getting his off at the same time. Unfortunately, he went after somebody who still had life and his autopilot is so sick that he just rolls a left hook and then rolls again, throws another left hook, and they both land. This is what I'm saying. So it's just one of those situations. So, it's not luck, either of them. Right uppercut, left hook, that's AJ's shot. That is AJ's thing when he's up close.
Ever since that Klitschko
hook, roll left hook, that is Ruiz's shot. They both got off their shots. Like, it's just that.
But again, like, could we even argue that we was all naive in the fact that Ruiz has over 10 years experience on AJ, so it was a no-brainer that he was going to win.
But
you know what I mean?
I say when everyone's saying, we were all naive, not me.
Okay.
not me. I was at breakfast on the morning of the fight saying, bro, like, everyone's in high spirits and that, but this is a fight. But no one even billed it as a fight. Like, no one even thought this was a fight. They thought it was a sacrifice. They thought
they treated him like a sacrificial lamb.
Literally, everyone was like, no one in the world was even like, Ruiz has a chance. Everyone was just like, no matter what, Ruiz is a good fighter, but it's nothing AJ ain't seen before. Nah, bro, that's someone AJ ain't seen before. You don't get that every day. 6'1", lightning fast, and 19 stone. You outweighed him by like a stone. Like, you don't expect 19 stone to come with any speed. Let alone like mad speed and a fat body. Like it's mad.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Ruiz is one of a kind, for real.
Yeah, he is.
But I was gonna say to you as well, do you think it will be the same outcome in the rematch, or do you think
like this is like, I have this conversation probably like every other day with someone. Obviously, I want AJ to win, and I see a clear way for him to win. It just depends on how he fights. You fight. I personally think I'm not world champ. I've never been world champ, so I can just say what I would do if I was AJ from an outsider's insight. I would take the middle of the ring, and I wouldn't even negotiate it. It's mine, because Ruiz, although he's a sick counter puncher and a good technician, if you force him onto his back foot, it becomes harder for him
to throw combinations.
He can still throw them, but I guarantee he doesn't throw them as well from the center of the ring or from going forward as he can throw. I guarantee he won't throw as good going backward as he would.
So you're saying AJ needs to bring the fight to him?
I would bring the fight to him and just try and, because what I think that does, I think it sets a marker down, that this isn't the 8th round or whatever it is of the last fight. This is the first round of a new fight, and now I'm on you. And that way he gets to put a little bit of doubt back into Ruiz. I think there's so much of this is mental that like you just kind of have to like win the war of like the heads and like get in his head and say, I'm on you, I'm coming for you, and make him rethink, because Ruiz thinks AJ's coming to try and box circles around. And we all know AJ's not like a Floyd Mayweather where he can go walkies for 12 rounds. He's never been that kind of... He's a killer. Never. He's a killer.
Yeah.
So in reality, for Ruiz...
And he's a big fella to be running around the ring. That's knackering yourself out even more.
So if Ruiz obviously thinks he's going to do walkies around the ring, like that means he thinks he's defeated you mentally and he's made you change your entire game plan, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I would take the middle of the ring and throw bombs early doors.
Yeah.
I don't think, look, like AJ for me is a good boxer, but I think Ruiz is an elite boxer in terms of like all the little small angles. He's got those more than AJ. AJ's got big power, big genetic, strong man. I would fight like one of those rather than try and fight like a technician against Ruiz. I would be smart with how, and I would have plenty of feints. For a counter puncher, you just got to hit them with feints and make them doubt the counters. Yeah. And then all of a sudden they don't throw the counters as much as they would if there's no feints. So if I was AJ, I'm walking him down, or at least I'm staying in the middle. I'm not having you walking me around this ring. So I'm 6'6". You're not 6'6".
Yeah.
I'm walking you around this ring, and I'm looking to land bombs, but without the mistakes of throwing my right hand and leaving my right hand out for half a second before I whip it back.
Yeah.
Without throwing my left hook and having my right hand high on just those little things would have changed the fight.
Changed the narrative completely.
You see what I'm saying? And his right hand was here, which is all right-ish, but with Ruiz, whose punches upwards, you kind of want your arms higher. But from what I hear, he's flying, AJ. So, like...
And you can see he means business.
He does, but but you know what? He always means business. When does he not mean business?
True.
When does he not train hard? When is he not fit? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's always going to be in tip-top shape. It's just I think it's the style that he has to fight. Ruiz is like, bro, how many amateur fights he had? He lost like 5 out of 105.
Yeah, seasoned fighter. You know what I mean?
At heavyweight, he's been fighting giants his whole life. He's comfy here. He's comfortable.
So Rob McCracken got a lot of stick after the loss of the fight. Do you think he should switch trainers, or do you think he should stay put? Because I don't know. I feel like who's better than Rob McCracken to take over? Do you know what I mean?
It depends.
What do you think? Do you think he should change?
Rob McCracken's a good trainer, but he's an amateur trainer. Not necessarily an amateur. He's trained pros, but I'm saying he's in charge of the GB squad. He deals with so many fighters. And yeah, of course he's a great trainer.
Yeah.
But is he the one that AJ needs as a single sole trainer?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think AJ would really benefit, from having Rob McCracken, but then having someone who's so meticulous with things. Not just strength, speed, power. You're fit, right? Go there and beat him. I'm talking like
Movement
a Virgil Hunter.
Okay.
Like someone who is so specific with everything that he does, so meticulous. I think AJ would benefit from that. Who wouldn't?
Exactly, yeah.
Who wouldn't benefit from somebody who watches your absolute every move and kind of breaks you down and makes you realise that you're not that good and then rebuilds you? You see what I'm saying? Like, everyone would benefit from that.
True.
Literally. So, yeah, like, McCracken got some stick, but that's because everyone, when someone loses in an upset fight, everyone gets stick. Everyone connected to him gets stick. You know, if JD Sports will get stick for doing too much media stuff with him. They'll be like, oh, you shouldn't have done, any media stuff. Like, all the people who have been with him in camp people will be like, right, you shouldn't be chilling with these people in his camp, or that's what I'm saying. So like, everyone gets it, and McCracken is the closest thing to the fighter on Fight Night. He's gonna get just as much stick as anyone, more stick than anyone, to be honest. So I think McCracken's a good fighter, but I do think AJ would benefit from additional more help.
Yeah,
that's it. Who doesn't need more help?
Yeah,
that's it.
So, do you agree with AJ's most recent comments in an interview when he says that once I beat Ruiz, I need you guys to bow down to me, like he was giving him the praise, because you're bringing this guy up like he's the best thing since sliced bread.
I like it. Well, loads of people are saying stuff like AJ's head's gone, AJ's rattled, or whatever it is. I like it. This isn't golf. You know what I'm saying? This isn't golf. This is boxing. Like, these are fighters, boxing, and these are fighters. Their instinct, they fight humans and try and knock them out for money. Like, so this is, don't expect like a
good manners.
As in, like, it's a gentleman's sport, but if he has to rev it up, well, like, I don't know what kind of fighter I'd be if I was a pro, or what I would say, but I'd be saying loads of stuff like that. I would, and it kind of means you can't lose. You can't lose because that one there becomes memes. You see what I'm saying? Now in this new age, you make any mistakes with the quotes you say, you are a meme. You see what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. Like, I'm not mad at that. I think people gave Ruiz a lot of credit because people didn't expect it. Some people did expect it, and I do think if AJ does beat him, he should get mad credit.
Of course, yeah, 100%.
Should get mad credit. Some people who don't understand the sport will be like, rah, AJ should have beat him in the first place. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But nah. That's I personally think, if AJ and Ruiz fought 10 times, it would be like one of those ones where it's like 6-4 to someone. I just see too many, because the styles just clash so beautifully that whoever gets their fight wins the fight.
But do you know what? I feel like, you see, AJ, perhaps if AJ had Ruiz, as the initial fight, like he wasn't the filler-inner.
Yeah.
I reckon he probably would have beat him.
But he still has 6 weeks.
But like,
and you're fit. So for example, like a lot of this is fitness, early doors, and then whilst your trainer works out the game plan and all of that, I don't think having more time necessarily makes you more prepared for a foul.
I'm not talking about in terms of time. I'm talking about emotion and feelings towards the fight.
Definitely.
Because you have to remember, AJ's mind was solely on beating up Miller. Miller pushed him on stage, embarrassed him.
Yeah.
Like that's all on his mind. Then all of a sudden, he's not fighting him. He has to fight this Mexican
Nah,
guy.
definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So that in that sense, yeah, because he was preparing for somebody, maybe he didn't get up for it. But I don't think that's the reason he looked so like just not there,
Not with it, yeah.
on like in the ring before the first bell. There was something else. There's something else that we'll wait for the Netflix series on.
The documentary.
Yeah, like, we'll wait for it. I'll wait, AJ.
Yeah.
In fact, let me produce it.
Trust me. But lastly, the last thing I want to touch about to do with AJ and Ruiz is the person for the rematch. Yeah, the fact that AJ isn't the world champion anymore, and he's still taking the I wouldn't even say the lion's share. I wouldn't say the dragon share of the money. He's taking apparently he's taken $85 million for this fight. Ruiz is,
$5 million.
Yeah, I seen that figure somewhere, and Ruiz is taking 18,000 million home.
18,000 million.
Yeah, 18,000 million. And
Hold on.
Hold on. And Eddie Hearn is taking 20,000. Oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell.
I keep that. Keep that.
No,
I want that as a clip.
No. We can take that. Bloody hell.
But I had to keep that.
Sorry. 3, 2, 1. Booyakasha. Cool. Back in the game. Alright, cool. So another aspect that I want to touch on.
Nah, we're not starting from the beginning. I don't know you do that.
We have to. We have to start from the beginning. We got to keep it professional. Cool. Alright, cool. So another aspect that I want to touch on is the fact that the purse is quite unfair in terms of the fact that Anthony Joshua is not the world champion anymore, and Ruiz is the world champion, and yet still Joshua still gets the lion's share of the purse. He's taking home $85 million.
What's that in pounds? 65?
I think 55, 60 million.
Okay.
And Ruiz is only bringing home $18 million. And Eddie Hearn, just the promoter, he's taking home more than Andy, $20 million.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Rematch clauses. This is rematch clauses, isn't it? I suppose. The thing is, he got more than he bargained for as well. In terms of he got more than he signed for. So when that contract was signed originally, he was set to get $9 million in a rematch if there was a rematch. And then obviously they realize that it's going to Saudi and there's way more money in this thing.
Yeah.
They dig their heels in and they say, right, we're not going, we're not fighting because like they go with the safety thing. They just say, nah, it's not safe. Get me like we'll rather do this or that or whatever it is. And obviously it's a money situation, isn't it? When people start doing that, and he got almost double what he would have got. It's a lot of money anyway, but it's like that's it. That's the thing. When there's so much money in this fight because it's in Saudi, they bid so much for it. The money's got to go to someone. Eddie may as well take some. AJ may as well take some.
Yeah, but Ruiz could have had a bit more.
For these two fights, he's made over 20 million. That's outrageous. Considering, just the other day he's an estate agent. Like, this is what I'm saying. So, like, not an estate agent, but this is what I'm saying. Like, this is a man who just took a year out from boxing to like with a few $100,000 and now he's there. He's got 20 million. So yeah, it's not fair, but when you need to put yourself in position, this is how you do it. Like, he would have taken a few million for the initial fight. Obviously, if he wins, he gets the rematch. They negotiate that at 9 million. That's it. It's happy days until it's that time, and he managed to milk more money out of it. I don't think it's unfair. I think it's good business.
You think that's good? But is this like some of the reasons why we don't see some of the bigger fights that we want to see? No, because you got deals like this going on.
Here's
when AJ's not the world champion anymore and he's getting 85 million.
AJ has 3 belts, yeah? Or just suppose it's anyone. They got 3 belts and they're fighting somebody we've picked you. You weren't even on our radar. But because we've had someone drop out, we're going to give you a fight. We're going to let you fight us. Even though you haven't really earned it by merit in terms of profile or whatever, we're going to let you fight us and we're going to pay you for it, 5 mil. And if you win, we'll give you another payday of 10 mil for a rematch. It's music to his ears. He was begging for it. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you're fighting for 200 grand or even less than that, probably, bro, that's like ridiculous money. So, yeah, it's not fair, but because initially the attraction's all AJ, now the attraction's Ruiz.
Yeah.
So after this whole situation now, even whether Ruiz wins or loses, his next fight, no matter who it's against, he's now on like the top shelf of earning.
Yeah,
and
so
he
you
can't
said,
come
okay,
back
yeah,
down to
that
200 grand.
makes
You can't offer him 200 grand again. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's good business. Whereas AJ's been the golden boy since the Olympics. He walked into deals that were bigger than 200 grand from the word go.
Yeah.
So you can't just come and demand it when it's kind of years and years of hard work. I think it's still good. I think it's both relatively good. And now Ruiz, if he wins, can kick on and demand whatever he wants because he's the draw now. But I think you got to, this is the thing with rematch clauses, like he wouldn't have got the opportunity to fight with no rematch clause. Most people don't get the opportunity to fight AJ with no rematch clause.
Yeah, that makes sense. Rematch clause is fair at the end of the day.
Not always, but as in, like, for example, if AJ fought Wilder and they were both had belts, I wouldn't imagine there's a rematch clause in that because it's fair stakes. But obviously, if I'm up here and you're down here and I play you, there's got to be some kind of like fail safe for me.
Yeah. So what happens if unfortunately Joshua doesn't win? What happens? Do you think he continues to box? Do you reckon he wraps it up and calls it a day?
Nah, I don't think he does. I think there'll be a lot of calls for him to wrap it up. But I know he wants to box on. Obviously, after a loss, that can change. But there's still a lot to give, man. Sometimes you meet your boogeyman. You know, just because you lose to Ruiz doesn't mean you lose to everyone else. It just means that style is a different. You see, like, you beat everyone at FIFA, and there's just this one guy who, like, for whatever reason, he seems to, like, get, like, he just, even though he can beat him, and he can beat him, and you can beat them, like, you and him just got this vendetta. It's just that.
It's that a bit like me with my brother. I just beat that guy.
See?
But yeah,
do you see what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you meet what is your match, and that's it. Like, that's it. Like, for example, I think Tyson Fury would probably box the ears of Ruiz. Doesn't mean Ruiz is shit. It just means that style, it makes it way more difficult for Ruiz to win. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I also think Ruiz it would be a difficult night against Wilder for him. Just because Wilder fights from the absolute back of the room, has got mad power. So do you see what I'm saying? It's just styles make fights. Like, I think they could all beat each other as long as they get their fight. So yeah.
Well,
I don't know. I don't want him to retire.
Same. I'm Team Joshua. Hopefully he gets the win. But 7th of December, we'll see. And hopefully he does it for us, does it for the country, and does it for himself and his family.
And it's nice and early for once.
Yeah, exactly.
The last fight, everyone woke up and was shocked that AJ lost to the Sky Sports.
I didn't even bother watching it because I was
woke
thinking,
up to the app on your phone. Everyone woke up. I was like, this.
Yeah, I didn't believe it, but hopefully he gets the win. But thanks, Dan, for coming on Boxers Reach. It's been a pleasure.
Come on, man.
Cheers, bro.
Love, G.
Cool.